Slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle.
I'm good. I'm doing good.
Okay. So, sir, actually, I have seen all of your interviews, and actually, I have got much information from that.
Thank you so much.
So, apart from the questions that were asked in the interview from you,
Okay.
I would like to add, a few more questions, I think, which are more important and quite different from those questions which were asked on the prime time news channel, I guess.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. So, you mentioned about the city called Bam in Iran.
Yeah.
Yeah, from where you are exporting that date and kesar,
Yes, ma'am.
saffron.
Yes, absolutely right.
So, sir, is there any places that you have added recently, like other places apart from like Bam City, any other country that you are importing to India from those countries now?
Okay. So, you're Miss Shrestha, right?
Yeah.
Could you come again? Yeah.
Yeah, Krishna,
So,
Krishna.
Shrestha, yeah. So, Miss Shrestha, the thing is, the breed of dates that we import from Iran is Mazafati. Okay, so it's grown only in one part of the world, that is the city of Bam. And
Yeah.
now we have expanded to Ajwa dates, and we're trying to expand to Ajwa and a few different breeds of dates. So they are being imported from some are being imported from Iraq, and some of them are being imported from Saudi Arabia. So
Okay.
mostly by this Ramadan, so we will have we'll give options to our customers, not just Mazafti, but also a few different type of dates.
So, sir, what is the differences like when you are importing from different countries? There is
Okay.
some like quality difference or what?
Okay. Okay. The thing is, every particular date has a specialized area where it's been grown. Okay,
Yeah.
so it has a specific area. For instance, as I told, Mazafati is grown in Bam, Ajwa is grown in Medina, and Pint is grown in Iraq, the city of a city in Iraq. So the dates from those particular areas are the most nutritious. The same quality, so same type of dates could be found in India as well, but there will be a huge difference in the quality. Mazafati can be found in India, and even this Ajwa could be found in India, but the quality there would be a huge difference. The same as
Okay.
it goes for a basmati. When you go for
Yeah.
basmati rice, the best quality comes from the Haryana belt. But basmati is
Exactly.
also found in different areas of India.
Yeah.
But the quality, there will be a major difference in the quality.
Yeah. Even the taste is different from different
Yeah, even
states.
exactly, absolutely
Yeah.
right. So even the taste is quite different from state to state.
Yeah. Okay. So, sir, there is a price difference also. Like you have a brand, Salonik brand.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
if you are exporting from Iraq or you are exporting from Iran, like importing from Iran or Iraq, so there is a price difference also. Like if this is from Iraq, the price should be this, and similar ways.
Ma'am, while exporting it from Iraq or Iran, no, there wouldn't be much of a difference because
Yeah.
that quality you wouldn't find in Iraq. Okay, but there will be a
Okay.
huge difference of price in if you're getting it from India. So if I'm getting the original premium dates grade A1, which
Mm-hmm.
is our company's ISO certified and FSSAI certified 132.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we check all the boxes of the quality, right? So
Mm-hmm.
if we don't import it from Iran and we get it from India, so there will be a huge difference in price. There will be a difference of at least 45 rupees, I believe. 40 to 45 rupees will be the difference
Like which is more
per
affordable?
kg. Of course, if you go, okay, now I'll tell you the most important thing.
Yeah.
Uh, Mazafati is a type of dates which is grown only in Iran. It could also be grown in India. So what people do is they get it from India, they use the sticker of Iran, and then they sell it at the same price at which I am selling it.
Okay.
So the profit margin for those people will increase. It's not like they are getting it from India and they're going to tell you that they are getting it from India. That's not how
Exactly.
it works. So they
Mm-hmm.
will sell at the same price, but they might have a better, comparatively a better profit margin than us.
Okay. So the next question is, there are there we can see constant up and down in the market, like too much competitors sometimes. So according to the competition, you also increase and decrease the prices of your products.
Okay, so ma'am, the thing is, my main aim was to make the brand value, the goodwill of the brand value, till some extent, to build it at till some extent, that
Mm-hmm.
the rate of the competition and the market shouldn't affect my rate. It
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't control my rate. So they should be like, okay, this is a standard brand with a standard quality, and these people are not going to compromise with the quality. So when I'm not going to compromise with the quality, so how could I reduce the price? That's not possible, right? That's not even
Ex-
practical for me.
yeah,
So we don't
and
reduce our prices, neither do we increase our prices.
okay, yes. So
So
like
it's
if there is inflation, you might as well get some kind of losses because of your
yeah,
fixed price.
yeah. At the time of inflations, yeah, and also off season, sometimes we may face a bit of a problem, and not just in India. When you import it, the major problem is the prices in Iran should also complement the prices in Iran in
E-
India, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, for instance, I'm getting it at 50 rupees from Iran, and there is
Mm-hmm.
a spike in Iran. Now it is 70 rupees, but I'm maintaining the price in India, right? So now 20
Mm-hmm.
rupees will deduct from my profit. So even that
Okay.
plays an important role. The prices in India and the prices in Iran, both of them comes into play.
Okay. Okay. Great. Sir, actually, one thing that I observe, like I'm also a good consumer of dates. So
Okay.
there's expiry date, yeah, expiry date mentioned on the packets of dates, like
Yeah, shelf life.
for 1 year or 1.5 years, something like that.
True.
So, how do you, as a businessman, handle these things? Like, if you are importing products in huge amounts, and if it is not it did not go well into the market, then how do you cope with those things? Like, what do you do with the products if it's not doing good, or the demand has suddenly it's low demand in the market? Then
If
what do
the
you do?
supply is more and the demand has reduced, right? This is what you're asking,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So have been some unfortunate situations where we had to face that thing, the phenomena that you're speaking, where the supply is more and the demand in the market has reduced a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing is, for that you need to have a very strong distribution, wholesale. We have stopped wholesale, but a little bit of wholesale. We need the help of a bit of wholesale, distribution network, retail network, and e-commerce network. So what happens is, if the one aspect of this supply chain is being disturbed, you could
Mm-hmm.
get the product. You could supply the product through the different chains. Now, if I'm
Mm-hmm.
dependent only on distribution network, okay, so
Mm-hmm.
if the distribution network takes the hit, so I will take the hit. So what we did is we were never dependent on a particular stream of business. Okay. So we had
Okay.
distribution with us. Distribution, we have a very good distribution network. We have a very good retail network that is governed by us, and we have a very strong e-commerce network in India. So
Okay.
this helps a lot. So sometimes, as you told, e-commerce network might not work well. Sometimes the retail might not work well. Sometimes the distribution might not work well. So that is one thing. And the dates that is being expired, still there would be like a 20-30 boxes that might get expired and might not get sold, or the quality might have been reduced. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so what we do
Yeah.
is we supply that to the PETA. PETA, you must know about it, right? The
Okay.
animals. Oh yeah. So
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
that is being consumed by the animals. So we make sure that no amount of dates is being wasted.
Yeah. Actually, I was thinking this thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
So
where the
we
products which
make
has
sure.
already expired.
Yeah. So we make sure that no amount of dates has been wasted. So
Mm-hmm.
we give it to PETA so they could use it for the as a manure for animals.
Okay. So, sir, you started this business single-handedly, as far as I know.
No, actually, I wish that was the reality, but unfortunately, no.
Okay.
This business was started by my father. He is an importer and exporter. Okay, so he
Yeah,
imports
heard
and
about it.
exports stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I took it from him. He gave me the foundation, and then he told me to build on it. So that's
Mm-hmm.
how it came into picture. So no, like my father has been my biggest supporter, and as at the same time, practically when it comes, not just from the emotional and the moral support stuff. So I follow him because he's a businessman, right? So I try to follow his footsteps. So in other words, you could tell that he's my coach or mentor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So currently you are working like in some kind of collaboration with your father business, or is it completely different from what your father is doing?
No. Yeah, actually, it is different.
Yeah.
My father is now an official partner with BHEL. You must know Bharat Heavy Electricals.
Electrical
So
Limited. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So he deals with mechanical objects like valves, turbines, and stuff. So he exports it from India to Iran, and some products he might import it to India. So he's into that field. So I
Okay.
get a lot of help from him because the import and export part. So he's an expert in it. So that really helps a lot.
Yeah, because understanding the demand and supply chain is the biggest thing, and that you learned from your father.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Okay, so currently, how many members are working in your team? Like, how many members are working at different stations where this is produced or
Okay,
manufactured or packed or anything else?
okay. I'll tell you. Okay, so we have a direct team, like the first
Mhm.
team we call it, the
Yeah.
main team. That
Yeah.
consists of 18 people.
Okay.
Okay, and then
Yeah.
there is a team of distribution network, as I told you. So they
Mm-hmm.
work with us, and then that we have approximately of like in Hyderabad like 10 to 12, and then we go for the e-commerce. So all in all, I would say 40 to 50 people are directly or indirectly linked.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. And this is available almost on all e-commerce site because I have
Yes.
myself purchased it from Big Basket, I guess. So I know it's quite.
I really wish that you liked it, right? You must
Yeah,
have
yeah, of
liked it.
course. It's really good because
Okay, thank you.
actually I was earlier using a different brand, but this is something like very natural thing. So I appreciated this
That's what
brand.
I was saying. Like when you actually import it from the country of origin, so
Yeah,
the quality is completely different when you compare it with the normal quality of dates in the market.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So my next question to you is, sir, in the interview that I saw, you were talking about some kind of anxiety and depression that you face while you are like putting effort into your business. So can you elaborate more something about this phase of your life?
Okay. So okay, let me brief you a bit about the mental condition of a person. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
So what happens is when you first start a business, any business, so initially your moral is very high, okay,
Mhm.
and you will have support from everywhere. And at the starting, the shots might go in your favor too. But with time, you will realize that the business will start to get difficult and you wouldn't be getting the result that you have expected. Now you will understand the reality of the market. Like earlier, it is like a mirage or a facade in your brain that, okay, this is business, okay? So I'll do this
Mhm.
and I'll get this. So basically, business is 2 plus 2 4, basic, okay?
Yeah.
So we can't play the imagination game over here.
Mhm.
So to get the reality check, it takes some time for any entrepreneur or any businessman who is young and who gets into the field. So to
Exactly.
get the reality check from the market, it takes some time. And when you
Mhm.
get it, that is when different kinds of, I would say, mental, uh, not diseases to be exactly, to be precise. I would say
Mhm.
different type of ailments related to brain might uh, play its factor. For instance, anxiety, depression. You would be very anxious if you're not able to do or achieve what you are trying to.
Exactly.
There will be many times when you will try to do something and you try to achieve a particular. You'll set certain goals for you, okay, and you'll try to
Mhm.
achieve them, but you won't be able to do it. So that will make you very anxious, and that anxiety will lead to self doubt, which will also lead to depression in the
Yeah.
longer run. You will feel depressed. You will think that, okay, I don't think that I'm cut out for this thing, for this job,
Mhm.
and which actually puts you very down in a very dark place. But of course, this is what segregates that 2 to 3% of businessmen who actually make it from the 98 to 97 of the percent of the businessmen who don't.
Mhm.
So mathematically speaking, the success rate of any brand or uh, startup is 2 to 3% maximum. So
Exactly. And there is so much competition nowadays. So this
and
is
that
definitely
that that does add a toll because I we are a like 6 year old brand, 4 year
yeah.
old brand basically,
Mhm.
and we are competing against brands that has been uh, followed and continued and started for generations. Like they
Yes.
follow the like one generation passes it to the another generation, this generation passes it to the other generation. So some of our competitors are in the market before independence. So
Exactly.
like even my grandparents, I don't think so they were born at that time.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
they have huge experience, right? So when you get into the market and you try to lock your horns against them, so that will
Yeah,
give
yeah.
they will surely give you a very difficult time in the market.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you are taking some snacks from a Bikaner, so that's a brand now. And if someone is trying to
Yeah, but
establish, yeah, exactly. So
exactly.
that's going to
It
be
would
very
be
tough.
very difficult. It would be actually very difficult.
Yeah.
But eventually, the thing is, it is how bad do I want it? Like if I want it bad enough,
Yeah.
so I will get it eventually.
Yeah,
Anyone
exactly.
could
Yeah.
actually break the existing monopoly. Like for instance, when we speak about Nokia, I remember when I was a kid, the only mobile phone that used to exist at that time was Nokia, right? If you remember when we were
Yeah,
kids.
yeah,
So now
exactly.
you see Nokia is nowhere. And
Mhm.
same happened with Mozilla. And there are many companies. Yahoo is one of the biggest examples of the same type of monopoly that was broken by Google.
Yeah.
So Nokia was broken by iOS system and Android system. So it's not
So,
necessary that
yeah.
yes, please, sir.
Yeah, so exactly this was the down phase of your life. And who helped you to get out of it? Like you helped yourself or you got some kind of
Of,
motivation?
of
What?
course I did. Of course I didn't help myself. Okay, that was a like difficult phase of my life,
Yeah.
and I would say like my friends, my family, like were always with me, right? So
Yeah.
if you have a few very good quality of friends, very good cousins and stuff, a very good family. I am blessed with very good friends and very good family. So they did eventually help me a lot to get out of that phase, and that is a slog period. Everyone will get it, irrespective if you're in business or any other field. You will surely get a slog period in your life, right? So
Mhm.
if you have your loved ones there with you, it of course it helps a lot, and the discipline that you have been uh, inherited or try to develop over years in yourself, that also
Mhm.
helps a lot in that period. Because if I feel like working, or if I don't feel like working, either of the circumstances, I have to work. So because
Yeah.
no one can always be motivated, right? You can't be motivated 7 days a week, like 365 days. That's not possible. So I
Yeah.
think not more than 30% of the time that I work, I am motivated. Like 70% of the time that I work, it is due to the discipline that I've incorporated in my life.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, sir. So apart from being the like one of the biggest importer of this date and saffron, Mr. Hasim Ali, what do you like apart from this business? What is your personal interest? What are the other fields that you are interested in? Because you are engineer, sir, as far as I know.
Yeah, I'm an
So
engineer,
yeah,
right? Exactly.
yeah.
Okay,
What are your
so
other interests?
are you speaking other interests other than business, like hobbies and stuff, or other fields of interest?
Yeah, yeah. No, no, it's like hobbies or interest, anything that you like to do apart from this business thing.
Okay, so I love to read a lot. That does
Yeah.
help a lot. Okay, so this is advice from me to
Mm-hmm.
everyone who is listening to this interview. Okay, no matter what, try to complete a book in a month. Like at least bare minimum, you have to read one book in a month, no matter what. Okay, so
Wow.
that will help you grow a lot. It will help you grow a lot because reading is a very important habit, and that's incorporated in us since we are kids. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we have been taught to read a lot, and then we unfortunately the books that we read in the starting, they're like mathematics and science, and like they're bouncers. So it will be
Yeah.
difficult at that time, but now it is really important to read a lot. So I love reading, and
Yeah.
that the best thing about reading is you get to live so many lives. Okay, so when I read a book from APJ Abdul Kalam, The Wings of Fire, for instance, so I get to
Okay.
live his life for some time.
Mm-hmm.
I get to be in his shoes and think the way Abdul Kalam thought for some
Mm-hmm.
time. So when I come out of that book, so I'll get something, like I'll get some knowledge, some experience from that book. So that
Yeah.
does help a lot. So I would say reading is very important, and I like
Mm-hmm.
reading. The other thing is you have to stay fit. So to try and stay in shape, I play a lot of football, and like visit gym like 3 to 4 days a week. That helps a
Okay,
lot,
okay,
and play football with my friends. So, yeah, these are the few things I like to do.
okay. Sir, any books that you would like to recommend the young generation who are interested in such businesses like import-export businesses that you would like to recommend them personally?
Okay, so number one, Rework is an extraordinary book.
Mm-hmm.
Psychology of Money is a very good book. Man's
Okay.
Search for the Meaning is a very good book.
Yeah.
And I would say Crush It is a very good book.
Yeah.
The Art of Not Giving a Fuck is a very good book.
Yeah. Yeah.
So these are the few books that will help you in this stream. But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, you need to read books related to philosophy. So they are also really important. So you could unlock your true self and you can get to know your true self. That these books will help you get to know yourself. For instance, the best book that I've ever read in this genre would be number one has to be Nigel Balaga.
Okay.
It is an extraordinary book. And
Mm-hmm.
then I would say uh, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. And
Yeah, that's really nice. Like
The
I
Monk
have
Who
also
Sold His
gone through that.
Ferrari. Yeah, extraordinary book. I loved it.
Yeah.
And I forgot the writer's name. I think
Robin Sharma.
no, yeah, Robin Sharma, exactly, Robin
Yeah.
Sharma,
Yeah.
Robin
Mm-hmm.
Sharma. So he's a very good writer. And then
Mm-hmm.
there's another one. There's this doctor. I forgot the name of the book. I think it is How to Find God. The name of the book was How to Find God.
Okay.
So that writer is also extraordinary, and you could go through his books as well. So these are some few of the books, but I would suggest people to try and go to as many through as many books as possible. So it will help you grow a lot.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir, for naming these books.
Yeah.
Okay. There are some data that we have with us, which shows
Okay.
that the demand for dates has continuously been increasing. Like from 2020 to 2022, 282,000 metric tons demand has been increased. So, how Salonik is planning to cope up with these demands or fulfill these demands in future?
Okay. Now, this is a really good question. So, first, I'd like to tell you the reason why there is a sudden surge in the demand of dates. Okay.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
after we got hit by COVID, all of us went to nutritious fruits. Okay.
Mhm.
So, we were like, okay, if we're going to snack on something as well, so it has to be nutritious and it should be full of vitamins and stuff.
Yeah.
So that is why there has been a significant rise in the sale of dates over the
Mhm.
past few years since 2020. So that specific year, because we were hit
Mhm.
by COVID in the early 2020,
Exactly.
if I'm not
Yeah.
wrong. So as in Salonik, what we did is to try to deal with this huge surge, which is a huge opportunity for us.
Yeah.
We actually there is a company known as Kimia, okay, in Telangana.
Mhm.
Like they are good in Telangana, Chennai, Bangalore, a little bit in Maharashtra. So a very big company. So they are based in
Mhm.
Iran. So now we are official partners of Kimia. So now Salonik and Kimia are going to work together in India. So that will increase the supply that we already have tenfold, which will
Mhm.
help us to cater the huge amount of customer base in India. So
Mhm.
that is how we plan to uh, tackle this surge in supply, in demand. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. Great. Apart from this, like you mentioned about something like moisture content of the dates in your interview.
Okay. Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
it was moisture content of saffron that I mentioned about.
Okay. So we have we can say in our mind that saffron from India, like Kashmir region, is also very good. So
Yeah,
why
that
do
is the best.
people,
Yeah.
yeah, why do you think that people should choose your brand for saffron, not from Indian brand?
Okay, so this is a very good question, and this is a question that is frequently asked by people.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll tell you. So we need to run a little numbers over here. Okay. So first
Mm-hmm.
we need to check how much is the growth of saffron in Kashmir. Okay, and then
Yeah.
you need to check the consumption of saffron in India, and
Okay.
then check the ratio of it. So you wouldn't believe if, for instance, the ratio is 1 is to 50. So if 50 ton is consumed in India, not even 1 ton is being produced in Kashmir.
Okay.
So in reality, it's 1.3 metric ton, I believe, in Kashmir. It is being grown in Kashmir, and the consumption of saffron must be close to, uh, I think, 100 metric ton, something like that.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm not sure with these numbers, but the ratio is at its minimum is 1:50. So the
Yeah.
question is, if everyone from Kanyakumari to Kashmir is selling the saffron is from Kashmir, and the growth of saffron in Kashmir is only 1 metric ton. So
Yeah.
how is it possible? So that means 40, like 98% of the people who are selling Kashmiri saffron are lying. Simple as that. So it is really difficult to get your hands on the Kashmiri saffron. And even if you import it, like we have a huge demand of saffron, okay? So even if we get it from Kashmir, so they wouldn't be able to meet our demand. The supply demand they wouldn't be able to meet because the growth of saffron in Kashmir is very like very less.
Okay. So this is basically a matter of demand and supply.
Exactly. It is a matter of demand and supply, and they can't they are not able to what you can say meet the supply terms or the demand.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. And any quality difference, sir, that you know?
Okay, when you go for A1 Mogra, ma'am, like from Kashmir and from Iran, and when if you compare those two saffrons without any what you can say additives or like exposure to the moisture or increasing the ash content or the floral waste, then the quality is almost the same. But if you like, if the brand makes the saffron through different processes, then the quality of the saffron would reduce drastically. So now
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
thing is, it's not just if you're importing it from Kashmir. If you're getting it from Kashmir, if you're getting it from Kashmir, then the second most important factor is there any preservatives or additives have been added to your saffron?
Yeah.
Okay,
Whether it's natural or not, completely.
how natural and how pure it is. That is the second question. So this is how we
Exactly.
are able to get the best clientele in the country. Like we have Taj Falaknuma with us, we have Heritage with us, and we have Marriott with us, we have Novotel with us, G. Pulla Reddy, and Bikanerwala. Just now you named Bikanerwala, right? So they also work with us, and Haldiram. So we have like these big chains have been working with Salonik for some time. So the main reason is that do we do follow our commitments and the quality. We never what you could say compromise in our quality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And sir, as you have already mentioned in the interview, and we have that data, but still, we would like to hear from you, like, how are you still managing that transparency in your business? How are you doing all those things? Like, right from that city of Balm to India, you are maintaining a kind of transparency. How are you doing this?
Okay, so this is where the social media comes into the picture, man. So the
Okay.
first thing is we make sure that we get all the certifications that are available in India. The main certifications that would be from ISO to FSSAI to HALAL, the GDP, the CDP certificate, and XYZ more certificates. Okay, and we
Okay.
make sure that we film everything from the city of Bam,
Mm-hmm.
and we record it and we show it to our consumers that okay, from this place the product is going to this place in Maharashtra, Nawab Port, and from Nawab Port we get it to Hyderabad, and from Hyderabad we disperse it around India, across the whole India. So we
Okay.
record it and we upload it on a social media. At the same time, there is a scanner on our product, the barcode, not a scanner, sorry. There's a
Mm-hmm.
barcode on our product that directly links you to the website. And so that is why we take complete responsibility of our product. The quality of our product, we take complete responsibility. So the reason we are able to do that is because our complete work is very transparent.
Okay. So, sir, as we all know that as any company grows, it faces a lot more challenges. So, any kind of challenges that you would like to talk about, like as you are growing, that you are facing, either it's from government side or from the consumer side or from your packaging side, any kinds of problems?
Okay, yeah, we do actually face a few challenges, okay, from every aspect, as you have named a few of them.
Yeah.
The major, like from the consumer, as the demand increases, you need to keep your commitment, and you need to make sure that the supply is in direct proportion to the demand. So that is a big challenge.
Yeah.
Okay, and the quality you need to maintain it constantly, and at the
Mm.
same time, as you grow, big brands take notice of you. So that has
Exactly.
been the biggest problem that we have faced. So okay, now they are like, okay, the Salonik is in the market, and
Mm-hmm.
now what do we do to stop them? So now we need to be. I wish I could have told more about this, but
Mm-hmm.
I can't. I to some reasons.
Yeah.
But like different aspects comes into play. So you need to make sure that you are able to defend those allegations or whatever comes from everywhere, and at the same time, you need to grow your product as well in the
Mm-hmm.
market. So it gets quite challenging in the initial few years, I believe. Like first 5 years would be a bit difficult. And then
Mm-hmm.
you yourself might become a monopoly, right? So we are very close to becoming a monopoly in our city,
Mm-hmm.
or in our state, sorry. So if you are able to do that, then I think we will be the people who might cause problems with the other products. Just kidding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Any kind of problem that you are facing from the government policies, or is it good for your business?
Okay, government is very supportive. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, of course, a few of that. Yeah. Oh, on and whole, I would say the government is very supportive, and especially in import, while importing, and even uh, while the distribution and the supply and stuff. So we have never faced any sort of problem from government.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Okay,
from government, it has never been a problem for us.
that's really great. Because only with the support of government, any business can flourish in India, especially if it's involved with export and import businesses. So
Yeah, that is
yeah,
very true. That is very
yeah,
true. So
yeah.
we haven't faced any sort of problem from the government yet, and hopefully we wouldn't.
Sir, like if we can see that your brand is registered with so many like FSSAI and other things. So you faced any complications while getting recognized by them?
Ma'am, they have okay. These certifications are very transparent. Okay, so
Okay.
they will be like, okay, you need to fulfill these parameters and this criteria, and if you
Mm-hmm.
do fulfill those parameters and the criteria, you're good to go. You'll get the certification.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So they are very strict with the parameters.
Okay.
So
Once you
because
follow
we
the
are,
parameter.
yeah, because we supply what we what you can say, we supply the same product that we tell that we are supplying. So
Mm-hmm.
that helps a lot to
Okay.
get those
Okay.
certifications and stuff.
Okay. And sir, since you are very young, as we all can see,
Thank you
so
so much.
and many businessmen are quite experienced. So being a young businessman, what kind of like problems you face,
Okay, the
or is it
first
beneficial for you, or maybe it's give
uh,
benefits?
okay, first I would talk about the benefits so that it would really
Yeah,
encourage young people to get into it. Okay, so
exactly.
the first thing is when you get out there with your new business and you're young, so
Mm-hmm.
that is completely in your favor because everyone wants to give a chance to a young person. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so you already have plus one. Before I even start speaking in a meeting, I already
Mm-hmm.
have 1 point in my bag because I'm young. So
Yeah.
that is the biggest advantage that you get, and you might
Mm-hmm.
get a longer leash as well because okay, the guy is very young and they might let go of a few shortcomings from my side as well. So these are few of the
Mm-hmm.
advantages of being young, and the disadvantages would be surely the lack of experience because by
Yeah.
the time you get experience, you would not be as young as I am right now. You might get old. So what I try to do is I try to learn from the experiences of others. So that is why I told
Mm-hmm.
that you should read books. You should have a very
Exactly.
good mentor so that you could learn from others' experiences. Because by the time you uh, get the experience, normally it would be very late. So there is this saying in Urdu. Uh,
Yeah, there is one quotation. Yeah, if
yeah,
you will learn from the mistake of your own, then life is very short for you.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So so try to learn from others' experiences. That surely helps. And
Mm-hmm.
I have like young people, they have a lot of energy. Okay, they have a lot of zeal, and the best thing, they aren't scared to take risk, because we are a bit too optimistic, I believe, and we think that every move that we are going to make would be in our favor. So young people are very optimistic, I guess. So that will also help you a lot, and you will have the
Okay.
ability to think out of the box, and even you can move with the technology as well. So these are few of the advantages that we have.
Yeah, exactly. Technology. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Yeah.
Yeah, we could use technology to our
Mm-hmm.
advantage when compared to the people, the millennials and all. So we can use the technology to our advantage because we know
Yeah, yeah.
tech better than them.
Yes, sir. Apart from India, sir, are you like exporting these dates and saffron from Iran to another parts of the world?
Ma'am,
Salonik is.
no, right now we haven't expanded.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, till now, my primary goal would be like to get the complete India market in next 3 to 4 years, maximum 5 years, so that
Mm-hmm.
in every state of India, or at least every zone, my product should be available. That is my primary goal. So once I get a good footing in India, I make India my base, then I could think of going to different countries. So
Yeah,
right now,
already
my
we have.
focus is only on India.
Yeah, we
Because we
have
have a
huge demography.
yes, ma'am, exactly. We have a huge demography and the population is huge.
Yeah, exactly. We
So
can use it.
yeah, so India is a gold mine basically. So
Exactly.
no matter what business you are doing, you will always have demand. You will always
Mm-hmm.
have demand in India. Anything you try to sell, I think it could be sold in India.
Yeah. So, sir, your future plans that you would like to say, like anything that you want to do in 5 or 10 years, coming 5 or 10 years, different from this.
Ma'am, to be honest, I haven't thought of anything like I don't think that far, to be very honest.
Yeah.
Like at a time, I think till next 6 months, 1 year, that would be the goals that I set for myself, and then there will be a small picture that I make for myself. Okay, like 5 years down the line, I hope that I get till this point,
Mm-hmm.
nothing more than that. So I right now I could tell for the next 5 years that the plan that I have in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Further than that, I don't know, because that would just make me more anxious, right? The longer you plan, the more anxious you will get. So I think
Exactly. Any good reader would say, live in the present, leave the rest.
yeah.
Yeah.
Try to live in the present. Just of
Yeah.
course, just make sure. Okay, this is where I want to go. Your direction should be known to you, and
Mm-hmm.
don't set goals that far away. Try to set goals like a month, 3 months, 6 months, quarterly, or half yearly, maximum
Mm-hmm.
yearly. Don't try to set goals that further, because that would make you very anxious. And if you're not able to attain those goals, then again, I told you the cycle, right? You would self doubt, you'll go into depression and stuff. So that would be very dark for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, sir. So we are done here, sir. And anything that you would like to add, you can say.
First of all, I'd really like to thank Mr. Samir and yourself
Yeah.
for giving me this great
Most welcome.
opportunity. To share my experience and my story with you guys. And one last thing that I would actually like to add to the people who are listening this is we have three separate entities. Okay, a human being has three separate entities that I would say. Number
Mm-hmm.
one would be your mind. Number two would be your body. Number three would be your soul. So what we as human do or does is basically we try to work either on mind, we either work on completely focus ourselves on the body, or we completely focus on the soul. Some people completely focus on the soul. So when you work on your mind and your body, you might become very successful. There's no doubt about it. Okay, you will actually be very successful. But if you're not working to grow your soul at the same time, this will leave an empty space in yourself. So that fulfillment and that enlightenment, you won't feel it. So no matter how much you achieve, you will still feel like, okay, I'm not achieving anything. So that is because you are not working on your soul, and you're just working on your mind and your body. And if you work only on your body and your soul, you might not be very successful in your life, but you'd be happy. So the ideal situation, and if you work on your mind and your soul and you leave your body behind, then you won't be healthy, because to get that much knowledge, to absorb that much knowledge and wisdom in yourself, you need to have a very strong body. So I would suggest that try to work on all these three entities. That will really help you to grow yourself, and then you could actually see the best possible results that you of yourself. So that will be the best version of you. So
This
I
is
would say,
something very deep that you are talking about. So I can actually feel what you are saying. Like from your perspective, what are the things that can be used to achieve this that you are talking?
okay. First, I would like to tell about how you could improve your mind. Okay, so that
Yeah.
is the most important part. So, of course, to improve your mind, you need to test it continuously. The same goes for the body, right? In
Mm-hmm.
order to be in good shape, what we do is we spend most of our times in gyms, like at least 1 hour a day. We try to spend it in gym
Yeah,
to be in
yeah.
good shape. But when
Mm.
it comes to our mind or comes to our brain, we don't test our brain enough. Like we are doing the same repetitive activity, whereas our body is not as equipped as our brain, right?
Exactly.
Because they are faster mammals and the stronger mammals than us, but they aren't smarter mammals than us. So
Exactly.
brain needs more work. So try to test your brain as much as possible. So that is why I'm telling you, try to get as much knowledge as possible. Read
Mm-hmm.
more, test your brain more, try different kinds of things. So that will enhance your uh, get out of your comfort zone. That will enhance your
Mm-hmm.
experience. That will again increase your knowledge. So, and at the same time, one more important point I would like to add: try to
Mm-hmm.
act on what you already know. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
when we go and ask people, okay, what is the secret of success? Believe me, 99% of people already knows the secret of success. Believe me, there's no secret. That's the thing. There's no secret of
Yeah.
success. Everyone, from the person who's selling the tea uh, till your prime minister, everyone knows the secret of success. The only difference is the execution part. So try to execute on whatever you know already, no matter how little it might be. Just start acting on it. So that would really help your brain. That would be number one. And
Mm-hmm.
in order to keep yourself physically fit, so okay, of course, everyone knows like we need to do gym and stuff. Try
Mm-hmm.
to get into some hobbies. Now,
Yeah.
the most critical part comes when we start talking about our soul, because
So yeah.
this is where uh, hardly any people focus. So that is why our particular generation, uh, there is a huge surge, I would say, in mental ailments in our generation. If we see depression, anxiety have been very common, and that is very unfortunate. So the major reason for that is because we have stopped working on our soul. So in order to get to know your soul better, you need to, for starters, you need to meditate a lot. Okay. So
Okay.
that, and try to speak less and listen more. That would really help. Okay, so there are few exercises that could be done in order to get yourself uh, in contact with your soul. So to get all these three entities in a line, so there are a few exercises that could be done. So try to speak less, at the same time try to meditate a lot, and try to spend as much time in nature as possible. That really does help. Like 15 minutes or 20 minutes in a day would also do, I believe. So these things will help you for your brain and soul to coordinate with each other. But a person who could say that, okay, I have control over my mind, my brain, my brain, my body, and my soul. So this would be the epitome of mankind. This kind of person would surely be successful. It is not as difficult as it may sound.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, yeah, I'm telling you, it is way easier than it sounds. It takes
Mm-hmm.
some time, but if you are able to work on these three entities with time, you would see a gradual but a definite development in all the aspects of your life.
Wow. So do you get the time to do all these things? Like you are running a quite successful business. So making time for these things must be quite difficult for you.
Okay, ma'am. Now this is a very good question. So now we come to the part of the time management. Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, if let me ask you a question and be honest with it.
Yeah.
If a person or if you yourself get a chance to trade your life with the life of Warren Buffett, would you? His
I
net worth is
would.
okay. Now let me phrase it a bit more. Okay.
Okay.
His net worth is $200 billion.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is a lot of money. But his age is 91.
Exactly.
But would you still? Now the question comes into the picture. Would you still want to trade your life with Warren Buffett? Would you like? Would you? Uh, what you can sacrifice these many years of your life which are left with for $200 million? Majority of
No,
the people would say no. This is the answer.
no. Yeah.
So this is how we know the importance of the time. Are you getting my
Yeah.
point? When I
Yeah,
first
yeah.
asked you, you were like, okay, I could trade my life with Warren Buffett for
Yeah.
$200 billion.
Mhm.
But when I phrased it in a different way, you understood, okay, he does like how much time might this guy have? He has a lot of money, but how much time must he have? So we need to spend our time wisely. So we have 24 hours a day, and if we spend the time wisely, there is a saying which goes, the busiest people often finds the time for stuff. Like that is a
Yeah.
very, very true saying that the busiest people will always find time for everything because they know the art of time management. So once you learn time management, everything will fall into places. Like you will allot some time for gym, physical fitness. You will allot some time for reading and your brain development or your job, whatever job the person is might be doing. And again, he would allot some time for his family. Family is very important. So time management is very important. So
Yeah.
if a person is able to manage his time properly, I would say that these things would actually you will still have a lot of time left. That's what I'm saying. You will still have a lot of time left at the end of the day after doing all these things.
Okay. Okay. So I think that's all from my side today. And
Thank you so much.
it was really nice talking to you. And wish you all
Thanks a lot, Mr. Shista. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for having me. Thanks a lot for having Salonik on your platform. Best of luck. Thank you so much.
thank you so much, sir.
Have a great day. Bye.
Okay. Okay, sir. Bye bye.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Bye.
Go, go, go.